Right, let's get this started. So I've made the first video today explaining what happened yesterday, and another video that I wanted to make was a daily log, not a daily log, sorry, a diary for my personal training stuff. I have more updates to give, so that's what I'm using this video for. Very basically, I want to talk about my coursework because this is this is the first thing that I said that I wanted to complete out of the course. So I wanted to give an update as to what's going on here. I have now started, and I am beginning to go through all of the questions in a specific way. Very basically, with the way how the questions are set, it looks like to me that you've got one topic per group of questions, and it's not necessarily a specific set of questions, but it's just like per group of questions. It's pretty easy for me to see. And for each of these groups, I'm calling them, of questions, I'm trying to find where I'd be able to find the answer to these questions within the book here. Within this book. So I'm going to try and search for all of the answers and for as much information that I can get to answer the questions from the book. And then if I am having any difficulty with the rest of the questions, which I might do just like how I did the last time when I was going through the coursework for my level 2 before this one, before the level 3 personal training, back when I was doing the gym instructing course, then I'll just contact my tutor and then we'll go from there. The plan is to get it done as quickly as possible because we are going to be moving fairly soon. I don't know when, but it's maybe a few months, and my tutor is saying that I've got maybe 6 months to get it done. She said essentially 6 months, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna try and just get that done because it's not just that I'd have to do. You've got the coursework, then you've got 2 exams, and I'll let my tutors deal with the practical part because I'll just be following their orders. That's what I did last time and it worked, so I'm going to do the same thing. It really is as simple as that. One of my aims today at least is to do 2 pages of the coursework, so I'm going to get on with that and see how it goes. But another thing, so that's the update with the coursework, but I wanted to also talk about sleep. As I mentioned in the daily log that I made for yesterday, for day 514, it's now day 515 now, daily log wise, I wanted to actually talk about what I've done to try and get some more help with my sleep routine. For context, for a while now, maybe a few weeks to a month max, I have been struggling with my sleep routine, and it's gotten to a point where I would fall asleep at 9 o'clock in the morning because I'd be on the phone all day and all night. And from my screen usage, it's obvious as to exactly when I'm on the phone. And that's excluding other devices that I might use. But for the most part, when it's when I'd be on YouTube, for example, I would be on my phone. So the representation of my screen usage, at least when I'm on YouTube, is pretty much is very accurate. Let me just put it like that. And because of this, for weeks on end, I have been on screens maybe for 15 hours a day in total, from basically the minute I'm awake to the minute I'm asleep. And the only time I'm not on YouTube would be when I would be asleep, and that's it. And I bet if I could physically be on YouTube whilst I was asleep, whilst I'm asleep, I probably would be, especially during this time, because I've built a dependence on being on YouTube. I don't know. I would eventually be able to figure out how to live without it, but in this day and age, especially seeing as I make videos on this channel basically every day, I don't know how I would. Now, I haven't been living with YouTube my whole life. I did not come out the womb with a phone in my hand. So it's not like I wouldn't be able to adjust, but it's just that I might find it difficult to adjust, at least for a short while, maybe a month or so. And then if there was really no retreat, like there was no YouTube or something like that, then I'd probably move on to a different platform or something else. I don't know, but that's not even something that I'd have to think about, because YouTube is probably going to be up for at least a few more decades until it closes. I might be wrong, but we'll see, basically. But it'll be up, I think, for more than long enough for me to have a very long story over here documented on this channel. Maybe even before I move on to making videos on my own platform, like my own website and my own place specifically for these sorts of videos. That might happen one day. I might actually make that happen, but I'm not sure how that would work and how I get that set up. But that's not something I have to think about for now. Anyway, that is what's going on. That's the context of my sleep. That's why I just said all of that. And I realize, I know that me doing this has meant I am negatively impacting my way of life. I'm making it more difficult for myself to do the things that I say I want to do, like keep up to date with going to the job centre appointments on time. And because of my sleep routine, I've missed 2 appointments in a row. So I've been trying to get help from my tutor, or from one of them, sorry, about this. I haven't got a response yet, but I've even tried getting in contact with them, tried writing to them, or texting them even, sorry, didn't work. Calling hasn't worked, but eventually, I mean, they are pretty good with getting back, so I don't think it's like that they're trying to purposely avoid me. But yeah, that's the update that I've got with my sleep and the help I'm trying to get. I really have had enough with trying to, or with living this way of life where I'm just basically on the phone all night. I don't want to do it anymore. I shouldn't have to get to a point where, like, my back, I'm really damaging my back before I think enough's enough. But I'm willing to change my ways for real. I really am, and I'm gonna do something about this. I found yesterday that my sleep was absolutely amazing when I felt really tired, of course. And this is the main point I wanted to make. My sleep was amazing when I put the phone away from arm's reach at 6 o'clock when I wanted to sleep, because I was feeling tired then and I had missed the job centre appointment by then. I did it and the sleep was amazing because I was catching up on potentially weeks worth of sleep, particularly the day prior, because I'd been up from 4 p.m. the day prior, before day 5:14, which was yesterday, and I was up until 2:45. So I'd been up for basically, let's do the maths, around about 22 hours. I was awake for that long. I mean, I do feel my right eye twitching now, but I feel better now. I feel more calm. I don't feel tense physically and mentally. I feel all right. A lot more than I don't feel okay. I mean, there's just got the slight eye twitch, but I'd say I'm really still recovering from weeks worth of an unhealthy sleep routine. But I will change things by putting the phone away at 6 o'clock, and we'll see the screen usage change, and I will see my my sleep routine change and improve, and see my overall well-being improve. And I think one sign of well-being improvement is how I feel physically. Don't feel tense. Mentally, I feel all right. I'm not feeling fearful of death. I'm okay. I mean, I have thought about it since I was thinking about fear of death every day, but I've been able to recover from it a bit through thinking that when I hit the bed, I'm not going to bed to die. I'm going to bed to sleep, and sleep and death are different. They aren't the same. You can't dream when you're dead. Like, just chill out. It's gonna be alright, man. And yes, we can die in our sleep, but if we do, we don't have anything to tell us that we are dead. So just try and just do the best you can with accepting it. But that mindset of going to bed specifically to sleep, and reminding myself of that, and of the fact that I'm not going to bed to die, it's been comforting, at least for me. And if people have a fear of death, then I'd find out what works for them. You could say that about life, really. But to cut a long story short, sleep definitely does have an impact, for the better or for the worse, on well-being. And a part of that well-being would be mental health and the sort of thoughts that you have, i.e., in my case, fearing death. Yeah. Still rolling? No, we're still good. So that's it, really. As I said, I wanted to do 2 pages of coursework, so I'm gonna make that happen. And I might actually end it here, even though I wanted to make another one. Even though I wanted to talk about well-being. Reason being, I've got I made a video a while back flicking through the pages of well-being, and I think it's about time that I make the video of at least some sort using those pages. And I had another thought that was related to well-being, where the thought was maybe spending every day on well-being somehow, and it might really help. Might really improve in ways that I would have never thought that I could have. But anyway, for this video, that's it. That's all the topics I wanted to talk about. So yeah, man, gonna get the coursework done, and gonna really improve my way of life with the help of education, not only through reading and through becoming well-versed knowledge-wise, through books, for example, and things I could read or watch, but also through experiences, like not wanting to experience a lack of sleep anymore from what it's like to experience that, like I did yesterday. I don't want to feel that lower back spine pain anymore. I never want to feel that again. I shouldn't have to feel so tired that it takes me less than 5 seconds to get up, because I might fall otherwise. Never again, man. That ain't on. Not now, and not in my older years. Hopefully by then, I would have done enough to stay mobile and to stay healthy, as close to a point, as close as I can to be as able then as I am now. Just take care of myself, basically. But cut a long story short, that's it. That's the end of the video. I'll probably make that one now, and whilst I upload this video. And yeah, that's me, man. Peace. Cheers to making things happen.